This is Martin Van Buren, the president I will be telling you about today. He served office from 1837 to 1841. His vice president was Richard M. Johnson. He was a Democrat. He was married to Hannah Hose. He was born 1781 and he died in 1862 at the age of 8. He was called Old Kinderhook. That is where the phrase "okay" comes from. He was the first president to be born a citizen of the United States. He has a statue. There's a statue of him in his hometown of Kinderhook, New York. He was a senator and a governor from New York. He was the only president who had to learn English later in life. He grew up speaking Dutch. Martin Van Buren took office when the nation had some economic troubles. He decided to use some of Andrew Jackson's policies to increase state rights and give less money to the federal government. He therefore rejected suggestions from his opponents, the Whig Party, to establish a new national bank. And because Andrew Jackson shut down the first one, I think, in 1811. Maybe it was Andrew Jackson, somebody though. Martin Van Buren was born in Kinderhook, New York. That's why he was called Kinderhook. His supporters formed groups called OK groups. As the term OK was supposedly first used after this. The Blue Room. Inside the White House, the current president entertains guests in an oval-shaped room called the Blue Room, but it wasn't always blue. Previous presidents decorated the room however they liked, but after Martin Van Buren used blue chairs, drapes, and rugs, the name stuck, and has been known as the Blue Room ever since. So he made the Blue Room because he put blue decorations, and that's they kept it that way forever, I think. Martin Van Buren was so strongly opposed to the expansion of slavery that he prevented Texas from being a state at all because he was afraid it would become a slave state. He also was worried that it would invite a war with bordering Mexico. He was born on December 5th, 1782, and died on July 24th, 1862. He looked like this. He had sideburns, like in these photos as well. He had sideburns, but was bald on the top of his head. And there were long sideburns and went all the way around his head. He was just a dude, and he looked nice. And in some photos, he's seen wearing a bow tie, like the one I drew. And in this one, I think that's a bow tie. Probably not. I think that's his shirt. And he would wear a jacket. He was the 8th president of the United States.
So give me your thoughts about him. Do you think he was a pretty good president? Or so-so, or not good?
He was a pretty okay president. He wasn't very good. He wasn't the best, but he was all right.